He growled at everyone who passed. His file was marked with red ink. Do not adopt. He'd bitten 3 handlers, destroyed 2 kennels, and had eyes that said one thing: don't come near me. No one had lasted more than a week with him, until Martin, a 62-year-old retired mechanic with a limp and a heart still healing from the loss of his wife. Martin wasn't looking for a dog, but fate had other plans. Before we go further, have you ever been told to stay away from something, but your gut told you to go anyway? Let me know in the comments. The shelter staff called him Bear, a massive black and tan German shepherd with muscle like a linebacker and scars that looked like they'd been carved with rage. Kennel 37 was his home and his prison. The moment you stepped near, he'd lunge forward, teeth bared, crashing into the kennel bars with such force it rattled your bones. Most visitors didn't make it past the first bark, and the few who did, well, they didn't come back. Shelter volunteer Kim gave the usual warning. He's not adoptable. He's only still here because the director keeps delaying the decision. We call him the countdown dog. He's got maybe a week left. Then came Martin, wearing his late wife's old cardigan and a pair of well-worn boots. He didn't flinch when Bear growled, didn't even blink. He just stood there, quiet, hands in his coat pockets. I've seen that look before, Martin muttered, staring into Bear's wild eyes. Kim raised an eyebrow. You mean kill you in your sleep look? Martin gave a soft chuckle. No, I mean please don't hurt me again look. The shelter director came out personally. Mr. Hayes, this dog is dangerous. He's been through 5 homes. He attacks men, doesn't tolerate noise, and nearly tore through steel fencing last month. Martin looked through the file. Torn leashes, bite reports, photos of Bear chained to a tree in winter. One photo made Martin pause. Bear, maybe a year old, ribs poking out, chained next to an overturned trash bin. That's when Martin saw it. The same look his wife had after chemo, staring out the hospital window. Tired, distant, but not gone. I want him, Martin said. You need psychiatric clearance if you insist, the director warned, and we'll have to waive liability. Sign whatever you want, Martin replied. I'm not afraid of him. Kim pulled him aside. Why him? She whispered. Martin looked down the hallway at Bear's eyes peeking from the corner of his kennel. Because someone told me my wife wouldn't survive cancer, and she gave me 4 more years of sunrises, just to prove them wrong. Tense, Bear didn't bark, didn't make a sound, but his eyes never blinked, never left Martin's reflection in the rearview mirror. When they got to the small red brick house on Maple Drive, Martin didn't leash him, just opened the door and said, "You can bolt if you want, or you can stay and have a warm meal." Bear didn't bolt. He stood on the porch for 10 minutes, then limped inside, each step slow and unsure. That night, Bear didn't sleep. He circled the living room over and over. At one point, he growled at his own reflection in the TV screen and knocked over a lamp. Martin didn't shout. "Yeah, I hate mirrors too," he said, settling into his old recliner. Round 3 a.m., Bear laid down across the room. Not near Martin, but not far either. Progress. Ever met someone who acted mean, but was just scared underneath? It was on the 3rd week when something shifted. Martin was in the backyard, refilling the bird feeder, when he tripped on a rake and fell hard. His hip screamed in pain. He groaned, unable to get up. Bear, who had been sunning himself by the porch, leapt up with the speed of a rocket, his ears forward, tail stiff. He ran to Martin's side. "Easy, boy," Martin groaned. Bear didn't bite, didn't growl. He nudged Martin's shoulder, then gently laid beside him, offering warmth and stillness. Martin laughed through the pain. "Well, I'll be, the devil does care." From that day on, things began to change. Bear started following Martin from room to room. He stopped barking at the postman, started sleeping closer to Martin's recliner. And one afternoon, as thunder rolled in, Bear quietly placed his massive head on Martin's lap, seeking comfort. Instead of reacting with panic, Martin looked down at him. "You're not dangerous. You're just tired of being hurt." It was a quiet Friday evening. Martin was watching old home videos, laughing softly at his wife's awful karaoke from 1989. Then the front door burst open. A teenager, face masked, holding a crowbar. Bear flew from the hallway like a missile. No command, no hesitation. The would-be thief didn't get 2 steps inside before Bear slammed into him, pinning him flat with a terrifying snarl inches from his face. Martin grabbed the phone. Police arrived in under 5 minutes. Bear never bit, just held the kid down with one paw, watching with ice-cold precision. The officers pulled the intruder up. "You're lucky," one of them said. "That dog could have ripped your arm off." Martin stroked Bear's head. "He's not a killer. He's a protector." The next day, Martin's story hit the local paper. Retired man's rescue dog stops burglary. Once labeled dangerous, Bear now hailed a hero. Photos followed. Bear in Martin's yard with kids petting him. Bear walking calmly at the farmer's market. Bear curled up in Martin's lap, like a puppy that never was. The shelter called. "We had him all wrong," they admitted. "You saved him." Martin smiled. "No, he saved me first." Bear wasn't just a dog anymore. He was a reminder to the town, to the shelter, and especially to Martin, that sometimes all someone needs is to be seen, past the fear, past the scars, to the heart. If this story touched you like it touched us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more true emotional stories that prove even the most broken souls can heal with a little love and a second chance. And let us know in the comments, would you have adopted Bear or walked away like everyone else?